I'm sure you must have a few questions of your own, Sam.
Actually, just one.
Why does everybody hate this movie?
Delicious hot schmoes.
Okay, we're here to talk about it. We're here to talk about it. We're here to talk about Tron Ares. Now, if you have seen anything about this movie online, probably what you've seen about this movie is that everybody thinks it's bad. The Rotten Tomatoes score isn't great, and almost every review of this movie I have seen, people do not think it's a good movie.
No!
But they are all wrong.
Game on, old friend. Who are you?
Hang on.
They are all wrong for a myriad of reasons. Number one, I think, from everyone that I've seen, I'm beginning to think more and more and more that people who review movies for a living, minus myself, obviously, but I'm starting to believe people don't enjoy anything. There hasn't been a movie this year that I have seen the entirety of everybody get behind, except for maybe Thunderbolts. And that was at the beginning of the year. It's just baffling to me how so many people can just dislike something because they just don't like anything. That's the way it feels. I don't know if it's true. I'm not going to blame anybody for making their own opinions known on the internet, but it genuinely feels like nobody enjoys anything anymore.
The thing about perfection is that it's unknowable.
But that is not me, because I enjoy a lot of stuff.
It's impossible, but it's also right in front of us all the time.
And I will tell you, oh my gosh, Tron Ares was so much fun.
Oh man, I'm all over this.
I went and watched it twice yesterday after I rewatched Tron Legacy. Oh man. And look, Tron Ares is good in all of the same ways that the original Tron movie and Tron Legacy are good. Tron Ares is also bad in all of the same ways that the original Tron movie and Tron Legacy are bad movies, which makes it just a quintessential Tron movie. Tron movies have a specific vibe. They have a specific visual aspect to them, a specific way that they exist in just the sci-fi world.
Biodigital jazz, man.
And this movie is a Tron movie. It fits this Tron branding very well, in my opinion. Yeah, so if you haven't seen the movie, I would encourage you to go watch this movie. It was a lot of fun. It was very loud. I did watch it in IMAX. Unlike all the people that seem to be saying that it needs to be viewed in IMAX, I don't think it needs to, but if you have an IMAX and you're willing to pay the extra money to go see it in IMAX, go see it in IMAX. It was beautiful, and it was just audibly awesome. Music was really loud, movie was really loud, so fair warning. The best way I can describe this movie, kind of going off what I said, is that this movie is just quintessentially a Tron movie. All of the Tron movies have the same things in common. They are visually stunning for the time that they are produced. They have amazing, groundbreaking, and or very different musical scores from other movies in their time period. And they're fun. And that's true for the 1982 Tron movie. That's true for Tron Legacy. And that's true again for Tron Ares. Now, I'm not the biggest Jared Leto fan. So that was like my one thing that I was kind of worried about going in to watch this movie. Yeah, you shouldn't be worried about it. He plays the character that he is given, I think perfectly. The character of Ares is an AI that is learning how to be human. And by the end of the film, he has not yet achieved that human status, but he's trying to become human in a not in like a physical way, but he's trying, like, he wants to be like a real human being. He wants to feel, he wants to explore, he wants to experience everything that life and everything that humanity has to offer. But he starts as a robotic AI that follows his directive. And the movie just slowly takes him through him learning and changing and having a desire to be and do something different. And because he's such a stoic figure, as far as just like the way that you would portray an AI that's learning up to the point where they end up, Jared Leto plays that character very well. So the one thing that I was worried about with this movie wasn't a worry at all. Now, this movie is not perfect.
The thing about perfection is that it's unknowable.
I didn't claim for it to be, but neither is Tron Legacy, and neither is the 1982 Tron.
It's impossible, but it's also right in front of us all the time.
However,
you wouldn't know that because I didn't when I created you.
Tron Legacy is one of my favorite movies of all time. I love that movie. It is so much fun. The soundtrack to that movie is the greatest soundtrack of all time. But it's not a perfect movie. But that's the thing. Movies and how much you enjoy them, or your opinion of them, or how good they are, is 100% a subjective matter.
I'm sorry, Clue. I'm sorry.
There is not a objectively good movie. Because for every movie that you might claim to be objectively good, there is going to be somebody who claims for it to be subjectively bad. And vice versa. My favorite movie of all time is Hot Rod. I think that movie is amazing. But you're probably going to tell me that that movie sucks.
Where do you get off?
Because a lot of people don't like it. I'm going to tell you that Tombstone is the worst movie in the world. And you are going to agree with me because it is. Let's be honest. Never seen it, never will. But like, back to Tron. Tron Ares was good in all of the same ways that Legacy is good. It was visually stunning. It had a soundtrack that drove this movie, and the action and the story like was driven by the soundtrack, by the music, by Nine Inch Nails. A perfect substitute for Daft Punk now that they don't do music anymore. Would I have loved Daft Punk to come back for this movie? Absolutely. But they didn't, and that's okay. I can accept Nine Inch Nails because it was beautiful. Okay, and dare I say, the fight scenes in Tron Ares might be better than Tron Legacy. Look, the light cycle sequence in Tron Legacy, best thing ever. The Disc Wars section of that movie is also great. All the other fight sequences are like these Tron Ares fight sequences are probably better than every other fight sequence minus the light cycle sequence. So, just saying.
I fight for the users.
The story, though, is pretty simple, ultimately. Like, there's not, like, it's not a complex movie. The characters are very simple. The character and, like, their stories are all very easy to follow. And what a lot of people are saying on the internet is predictable, but that's fine. That allows you to give up all like notions that this is supposed to be a masterpiece and instead enjoy it for what it is, which is a fun sci-fi film that takes place in and outside of the grid. The other thing that I think a lot of people on the internet have been getting wrong about this movie is everybody saying like, oh, it didn't take place in the grid, nothing happened in the grid, blah, blah, blah. That's just like flat out wrong. Like, yes, this movie is about the real world and like the grid characters coming into the real world, but there is plenty of spectacle that takes place in the grid. And we see 3 different versions of the grid. None of these versions are the same versions that you've seen in either of the other 2 movies. I know some people are like, oh, they went to the Tron Legacy grid. They didn't. Tron Legacy grid blew up. It doesn't exist anymore. So they went into a version that was recreated based off of that. And you can tell because in Tron Legacy, this is a side tangent, I don't know if I put this in the video, but in Tron Legacy, near the end, Cora and Sam have a conversation about the sunrise. And Tron Legacy's world, it has a black skybox. It's a very dark skybox, and the only light that you really see is that there's a little bit of electricity that happens in the sky, and then there is the portal. And that's all the light that you see in the sky. But in the version of the grid that you do see that you would associate as the legacy grid, it's not, it's the NCOM grid. It's blue, it's bright. There is a sunrise.
Virtual worlds, what are they going to look like? When will we get there?
I don't know what else to tell you guys. I loved this movie. I watched it twice in the same day. I might go watch it again this weekend. If you like Tron Legacy, or if you love Tron Legacy, and you love the 1982 Tron movie, I highly suggest that you go watch this movie because it was so much fun. It was so much fun, and I want more Tron. So if you could go watch this movie, just like I went and watched this movie, and if you go in expecting it to be a fun movie with great visuals and a great soundtrack, maybe a subpar storyline, you'll like this movie. So that's my Tron Ares take. Take it or leave it. The trend is to hate on it on the internet, but I can't hate on something that I love. And I love Tron. And I loved this movie. So go watch this movie. Please. Please, 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 please go watch this movie. Because I want you to love it as much as I did. So that's Tron Ares for you. Better than Tombstone, actually. You know, like genuine, like leagues better than Tombstone. God. Never seen that movie. Never will. Peace.
Delicious hot schmoes.